Hello, I'm Addon and this is my Hpally guide for patch 6.2. It's a great time to be playing this class and spec. We are the top dog in PvP and PvE as well. That is a rare thing indeed. So I would recommend to anyone to try this beast out if you are at all interested in healing. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, let's start with the talent tree as always. First we got our movement speed increases. I would recommend that you use speed of light. It's better than pursuit of justice in a lot more situations, while long arm of the law is just for red pellets and maybe prots. Then we have our CC abilities. Fist of justice is usable in some situations, the other two are not. And then we have our first choice, first real choice. So Eternal Flame or Sacred Shield. Eternal Flame is insanely better with the 4 set and 2 set bonuses of tier 17. So if you raided in Blackrock Foundry, I personally haven't with this character, so I don't have the set bonus. Eternal Flame is a lot better and there's no choice. But if you haven't played and don't have that gear, you can use Sacred Shield on the tanks mostly, but it's still not as viable because you already do a lot of tank healing with Beacon of Light and Beacon of Faith, so it's not that good. And plus Eternal Flame synergizes well with these two. If you put it on a random target, the tanks get healed as well. So Eternal Flame for the win here, but then again, if you don't like the playstyle, you can use Sacred Shield. It's not a major decision. Okay, then we have our 60 talents. Clemency is better in if you're in a good raiding team and you and your raid know when to use your hands of protection, hands of sacrifice and stuff like that. But if you find yourself dying for whatever reason, Unbreakable Spirit is better, since these two are your only personal defensive cooldowns, and having them reduced cooldown by half is a good thing, I guess. But yeah, Clemency goes really good in a raiding team where you can use these two effectively. Okay, now this is a big playstyle difference between these two talents. Holy Avenger is for PvP. So Sanctified Wrath synergizes with the Glyph. So if you pick this talent, you need to pick the Glyph of Merciful Wrath. So it reduces the cooldown and effect of Avenging Wrath. And what the talent does is the Avenging Wrath costs 50% longer and grants more frequent access to one of your abilities. So that's Holy Shock. Anyway, if you use this, you need the Glyph, and your play style revolves around Avenging Wrath a lot, since it's 1.5 minutes cooldown and lasts for 30 seconds. Yes. So you get I would guess a third of the encounter you actually do spend in with this buff. So it's really good, and it is weaker, yeah, but you don't need that extra 50% because you already heal a lot with like this. You can top like anyone off in like 3 flashes of light or whatever, and the Holy Prism is strong enough. While in Divine Purpose you do get more frequent access to your Eternal Flames and Light of Dawns. It's slightly weaker than this, because it is RNG. In its nature it is RNG, and RNG for a healer isn't good. any kind of RNG, because you can't guarantee a larger heal or a heal on demand like you can with this. So just keep that in mind. Divine Purpose is still, I would say, a more fun way to play, but yeah, not reliable enough. Okay, level 90, only one choice, Holy Prism, and only use it for AoE, so on the boss, nothing to worry about there. It's a way bigger heal than just to use it on a tank or whatever. And level 100, Beacon of Faith is for raiding mandatory, of course, no big deal here. Beacon of Insight, I think, was usable in beta or whatever, but yeah. Sanctified Wrath is for PvP. And that's it. Really simple, only like maybe one or two choices to be made here, and I would guess these two are the only choices, and even still Eternal Flame and Sanctified Wrath are slightly better. Okay, in terms of glyphs, this is used if you're using Sanctified Wrath, so if not, you can change it with Divine Protection, with maybe, let's see what is, Flash of Light, and those are the only two you can replace it with. Glyph of Hand of Sacrifice is mandatory. You can't really raid if you don't have this. Well, raid seriously, anyway. And Glyph of Divinity, yeah, you can switch this around. Divinity, Flash of Light, and what was Divine Protection to suit the raid encounter. But I have this as default, because that I don't waste a lot of mana, but that 10% it helps really when I fail, like at the boss, when or a healer dies and I have to put the healing and I waste mana, so it can come in handy. Plus the 2 minutes increase in the cooldown doesn't really affect you in any way, because the 10 minutes, no fight actually lasts 10 minutes, so it's a no-brainer there. Okay, let's look at our macros. There are a lot of useful ones actually, so let's go like this. Okay, so the buffs. I macroed both of my buffs to target only me, so that if I'm healing someone and he goes out of range and I want to rebuff for because someone died or whatever, I then click or F2 or F3 and the buff won't go off. But if I have this macro, it will always target me and give the buff to everyone else. So it's just a small macro, it can come in handy like sometimes. Okay, this isn't viable anymore. Okay, Divine Protection, so it's just a cancelaura for Divine Protection. What the fuck? The fuck are you doing? Okay. So Divine Protection, click it again and it disappears. Real simple and useful. Okay, then we have Denounce. So all my DPS abilities are on a macro that attack the target my target that I'm healing is targeting. So wait, so when I heal someone, if I use my DPS abilities, so that's Denounce and Hammer of Wrath, it will attack their target. So it's really useful to not have to target the boss or an ad. I also use this for Holy Prism, and it is just way easier to do this than to have to target the boss, then click Holy Prism, then target another player to heal him. I mean, you can do it if you're fast, but yeah, this is just easier. And if you need to target an ad because you have to heal the ranged group, you can still do that. It's a really good macro. Okay, then we have our what? Oh, this is just focus macro. Nothing. Okay, Hand of Protection, cancelaura as well. And is that it? Oh no, we have our target party 1, 2 and target yourself, so target player. This is useful in a couple of situations. If you, I have it set on shift and middle mouse button, so I can target it myself pretty easily. And if you want, you can change the target party 1 and party 2 to your tanks, and set it to mouse wheel up and down. This isn't mandatory or anything like that, but yeah, I did it for PvP and found it useful for PvE as well. I spent a lot of time getting used to it, because by default mouse wheel up and down scrolls the screen, so the camera. So yeah. Is there anything else? Nope. Okay, let's go to Addons. So if you watched the monk guide I did, it's basically the same thing. Move anything is my bread and butter. I use it on every class for different things. It just allows me to, as it says, move anything. So I moved my player unit frame and target. Also I have my focus moved, but you can do that anyway. And moved the holy power and enlarged it. So let me just, okay, move anything. Just find it. Okay, class specific Paladin. Okay, here it is, and you can just resize it, move it. It's really useful. By default it would be here and really small, so it's easier to track, way easier. Okay, let me just set it up the way it was. Okay, and oh yeah, and I moved my buffs to here, or my debuffs. Here is forbearance. I also enlarged them, so it's really easy to see. Otherwise it would be here and really small. It's a personal preference, but yeah. Addons Omni CC just tracks my cooldowns, so like this. And postal quartz is the casting bar add-on. Moved it here, it's easier to see. Tidy plates for the unit frames and excuse me, recount, whatever. So weak auras. Do I actually use this on this character? No, I don't. So it can be used to track any cooldown, anything, literally anything in the game. It can track, but yeah, I don't use it on this character. I actually don't need it. There isn't much to track outside of Avenging Wrath and Holy Prism, so that's it. And DBM, of course. So nothing special really. The only two I would class as mandatory for like raiding are move anything and DBM. So, and maybe weak auras, depending on what class you are. But for Palas, I don't see a need for it. Let's look at gearing, and for starters, the stat priority is critical strike over everything. It's really the best. Then it is mastery, and after that anything else you can find. So the other stats are basically the same. Some are better than the others, but the main thing is you want to find the mastery and crit items, and basically not have any that don't give those two. So if it doesn't give mastery or crit, just don't equip it. It's that simple. Nothing really to worry about here. And your gems and enchants should go to crit as well. Just full crit build. And oh yeah, so your weapon ancient, you could put the what's it called, the Thunder Lord, Mark of Thunder Lord or something, that gives you 500 crit, but it's not reliable. What if it gives you that crit while you don't need to heal anyone? It's really not reliable, but Shadow Moon, which gives you Spirit, is always reliable, and always you don't actually need, like, it's not essential to have that extra Spirit, but it helps. Here it is. It really helps. And let's look at trinkets. So these are really bad. As I said, I haven't raided in the last tiers, so with this character, so I don't have the good trinkets from BRF. But if you have them, it's fine. I mean, the new trinkets are okay, I guess, but from Archimon the trinket is insanely good and fun to use as well. So it says healing with your holy shock grants you magnifying light, increasing the healing done of your next holy light or flash of light within 6 seconds by 88%. On heroic it is 100%, and mythic it's like 120 or something. So this actually doesn't change your game style that much, but it puts a priority system in place. So whenever you Holy Shock, the next spell you cast is Holy Light or Flash of Light. So wait, does it say Flash of Light? Yeah, Flash of Light. So that I personally have been doing that anyway, with maybe a couple of spells in between, but yeah, this just puts a priority system in place, and it greatly increases your healing done. The other trinket you are going for is oh, where is it? Spirit, you don't need it that much, but all Spirit, so you don't have a choice actually. Well, this one is really bad. And okay, so this is the best in slot from Kilrog. It hasn't dropped for me, but yeah, what can you do? And this one is a good enough for starters. Like, it gives mastery, but yeah, the ones you will be going for is from Kilrog and from Archimon. If you can't get this, or should I say, while you're farming this, any other trinket is fine, because none of them are actually good. The best one is from Kilrog. And in terms of oh, I can't see it here, but the stat bonus for 2 set is good. It's not bad. It gives 25% extra healing to Beacon of Light and Faith, and that's like just extra healing. Nothing to say about that. It's passive, not at all like the last tier bonuses. They were engaging and fun to use, but yeah. And the 4 set isn't worth getting. The 4 set just gives you haste when you heal the target affected by Beacon of Light and Fate, and that's really counterproductive to everything you've been doing so far, because you want to heal. So let's say these two have it, and these two are tanks. You usually don't heal them. You heal them passively with these two, and don't actually need to target them with any spell. So having a buff that gives you just haste, which isn't your main stat at all, when you heal them, and it stacks like 5 times or something, but yeah, it's really like weird. It's weird that they would choose this buff, because the only time I actually heal the tanks is when no one else is taking damage, and I want to build up mastery and get procs and build up holy power. So in that case it's kind of useful, like and of course when I put Eternal Flame on them. So I don't know, it's really weird, and I actually haven't tried it, but yeah, I would say that it isn't a priority. The 2 set bonus though is a passive healing increase. So that's it for gear. I must apologize for the lower quality of this video compared to a couple of last ones. I had a lot of technical trouble while recording. So I would be happy to respond to any comment about some mistake I made, because I'm sure I did. Anyway, I hope that this is a one-off thing. On another note, I will be starting a new weekly series where every Tuesday I pick a topic that I'm most interested in that week and talk about it in a short video, related to WoW, of course. Tomorrow will be the first one, and it will be my first impressions of 6.2 as a whole, so PvP and PvE and everything that came with it. I'm interested to see if anyone is willing to watch that sort of show. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.